Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a lovely Sunday. God has been faithful to us. But we must pray for our country because our president is under siege and he is trying to unleash terror. You see, they say that a drowning man will be trying to catch on anything that he gets to survive. News that we are getting is portraying a picture that our country is condescending very low and we are going back to the Nyayo era. We are getting news, I just got this a few minutes after it was posted, that the former Nandi Hills member of parliament, a man who has been a thorn in the flesh to the Ruto administration, a man who maintains that Ruto must go home, Alfred Keter, has been abducted. If you go to Babu Owino's page, Babu is saying that they have abducted him, but Aluta continua, they are not going to be intimidated. Seth Olale is saying there is an unconfirmed video where Alfred Keter is being forcefully abducted from his car by plainclothes, let me just call them maybe policemen. And this is happening in broad daylight. Then they are grabbing him and getting him into a private car, and they drive away. They drove away with him. Let's look at this video very fast because this is so scary. We cannot have this happening in our country. Can we have a look at it?
Ni kama amekosa, walikuwa wanafuata, si ndio? Ni kama alikosa, si ndio? Walikuwa wanamfuata polepole. Alikuwa amekosa huyu.
Alafu madam kada
Alikuwa amekosa.
You all know that Alfred Keter was a former member of Nandi, I think Nandi Hill constituency, and he became a thorn in the flesh to Ruto administration, criticizing. In fact, when William Ruto was a deputy president, he's a man who maintained that William Ruto was a corrupt man, and he felt that William Ruto was not fit to hold any office. They started this with Kutun, but Joshua Kutun decided to dine with the Ruto administration. Kutun is, I think, was given a job. They are the people who, the last time I checked, wanted to take over Jubilee Party from Uhuru Kenyatta. Alfred Keter, when he realized that the UDA wave was taking over Rift Valley, he switched and he contested on a Jubilee, on a UDA ticket. And I think during nominations, it is said that he won, but William Ruto denied him a ticket, and that escalated even more, aggravated their sour relationship with William Samoei Ruto. He still believes that he won, but he was not given that ticket. But he has never tired. He's been criticizing the government, corruption in the government, telling the people that they must stand up for their rights. The latest post that he gave on his Twitter handle was that breaking news, half-term presidency loading. So according to him, he believes William Ruto is not going to do his full term. That is why he's saying half term. He believes that William Ruto is supposed to go for 5 years, but because of the ongoing demonstrations, he believes there is a revolution coming, and he posted that breaking news, half-term presidency loading. He believes that William Ruto will soon go home. And if at all it gets to 2027, he believes William Ruto cannot be re-elected. But then, we cannot tolerate a situation where dissenting views are being intimidated. The last time I checked, William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua promised us that they were not going to turn this country into a situation where those people who do not subscribe to your political ideologies are being reprimanded. And I remember them complaining that this is what Uhuru Kenyatta used to do, that they used to arrest and apprehend people like Rigathi Gachagua for their allegiance to William Samoei Ruto. And you remember Dennis Situmi was telling us that there was a container of blood where people who did not subscribe to the political ideologies of William Ruto, of Uhuru Kenyatta and his company were being tortured and killed. Then they later informed us that they were even being thrown into River Yala, something that William Ruto promised he would not do. Even recently, when he was in the funeral of the former CDF Ogola, he told us that was the last time that people would be intimidated. But why would you arrest someone? But of course, that video is unverified. I could not see the face of the person who was being arrested, but many are saying is Alfred Keter. But why would you, for whatever reason, even if it's not Alfred Keter, why would you abduct people during the day? Because for one, how do we verify that those are policemen in plain clothes? Because if we turn the country into anarchy where people can come into your house and abduct you, people can meet you on your way to the church or where they abduct you, because like that they are saying Alfred Keter was from a church in Lavington. Then we are breeding a situation where even thugs will just be dressed and mask themselves, and they will come and pick you and kill you. I think we should have a proper way of dealing with criminals, of dealing with people who we suspect are breaking the law. And this is happening because William Ruto had tried to hoodwink the Gen Z to come so that they can have a dialogue. And Gen Z told him, we are not going to talk, because he was saying that, give us your leaders. And then we saw some people masquerading as leaders. People are very close, dining and sleeping with Ruto himself. There's this young man who was seen with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, where during in 2022 during DP debate where Rigathi Gachagua was to debate with Martha Karua. These were the people who are arranging things. Now he's masquerading as one person who is standing in for the Gen Z, and is the one who is rushing, telling us that they are going to negotiate, that they want to go and talk with William Ruto. So the Gen Z told him, there's nothing we're going to talk about. We have given you our 10 irreducible minimums, including don't renew the contracts of the CSSs, people like Omanga and Itumbi, stop corruption, reshuffle your cabinet and arrest those who have been corrupt. It was a long list. So they are telling William Ruto, remove the finance bill. If anything, you should also resign and leave and vacate that seat. So they are saying we're not going to talk. Now, in light of what is happening, William Ruto has resorted to intimidation, silencing people. The other day, they abducted people like Gabriel Oguda in a bid to try and understand who is financing the Gen Z, who are their leaders, because they suspect that this wave is being sponsored by someone. Yet this is simply because they have refused to listen to Gen Zs. There are a lot of unkept promises. They are used to throwing heads here and there, tutawafanyia hii, tutawafanyia hii. Then Gen Zs realizing that they were hoodwinked, they were used, and they are saying no. So the intimidation will not work, because you cannot intimidate over 20 million people. Gen Z are so many. If you try to silence them, you will need about 40 million bullets to silence all of them. And they have said you will kill some, others will continue with the process of emancipating their country. They have made it very clear that they are going to greet the members of parliament who voted yes for the finance bill. Yesterday, you saw what they did to Didmas Baraza. You saw what they did to, there's a member of parliament in Meru, there's a member of parliament in Kuria, and they are saying we are not going to allow you to do this. Corruption is ripe in the country. Wastage is ripe in the country. Yet we see them driving in fuel guzzlers, and some of them are chest thumping. So, ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto does not realize that these are old tactics. He needs to listen to the people of Kenya. He needs to stop listening to the IMF. When he does this, things will cool. But if you start abducting people in the streets, silencing people, those who are analyzing, bloggers, even former members of parliament, then you may think that you're succeeding in this, but it will not succeed, because Kenyans are determined and they are not going to look back. How I wish that those who are advising William Ruto should tell him that killing people, abducting them, intimidating them will not stop them. You cannot stop an idea whose time has come. And let me just finish by saying that we cannot verify. I could not see the face, but what is going viral is that is Alfred Keter, and the only reason why you can arrest Alfred Keter in that manner is because he's been criticizing the government. How many will you criticize? Everyone is now criticizing the government. The cost of living is too high. I mean, how many? Then you arrest all of us.